Okay, in this short video, I want to demonstrate the technique that I used in class. I'm going to demonstrate using interactive Excel to solve some stats problems. And so what I'm going to do is I've got the textbook open to Chapter 7, which introduces and gives you problems to solve normal distributions problems. That's Chapter 7. And then I'm going to show how you can use it. So this is a tool I developed that students can use. So it's got multiple worksheets. Let me briefly go over what it does. Is that these are the four inputs. You can put in the mean, the standard deviation, some value on a horizontal axis, and do you want the left-hand side or the right-hand side? And what it will do is calculate the probability of a normal distribution as well as draw some pictures. So if we're looking over on this side, right now the mean is set to be 6. So you can see the center of this is around at 6. And it has a standard deviation of 2, and then the value on the horizontal axis is 4, and then I've got it set up as less than, so the area to the left is shaded, the blue area, and that blue area is 0.159. It shows up there. It also shows up, you can roughly see the total area under this curve is 1, so this is about 16% of that, and it gives you the formula that you could type directly into Excel, the norm dist. So to solve for the probability that x is less than 4, use the norm dist function, you put in 4621, and it'll give you, so this number here, this is how they could generate it without using this calculator. If I go change the this value and move it further to the left, let's move it and make it 3. You can see what happens is the area changes. I can make it larger. The area changes, the value changes, the formula changes. I can look at the right-hand side if I'm trying to solve for the chance that I would get a probability greater than 7. This changes, the number changes, the formula changes. I can move my distribution rather than being centered at 6. What if it's centered further to the left? Let's center it at 5, and it's going to shift over. I can also add or reduce my variability if I want to make this tighter and have less variability. Let's say my standard deviation is only 1. You can see what happens. Again, this total area has to sum to 1, so this didn't change. And I've got the scale hard-coded so that you can see the change in pictures. I'm not going to go into how we move things to a standard normal, but there's also the equivalent problem solved using the standard normal distribution, how that works also, but I'm not going to cover that in this video. So let's solve a problem, and I'm going to go to another worksheet, and let's just do 24, which is an IQ test, and let's assume that our scores are normally distributed with a mean of 100 and a standard deviation of 16. So they would put 100 here and 16, the mean and the standard deviation. And let's solve for C1. Let's find the probability that a randomly selected person has an IQ score over 140. So the value on the horizontal axis, on the x-axis, is 140, and I want to find over 140, so this is going to be greater than. So you can see it's a very small slice. In fact, it's way less than 1%. This is the value, this is the picture, and then if you want to write the formula, you would write 1 minus norm dist, 140, 116, 1, and that would give you the value in Excel. I require Excel. I did not have this picture that dynamically changes. That's part of what I did with the ESCALA. So they can use this calculator to solve problems. This is theirs. We do spend a little time going into the nuts and bolts of Excel because I want them to be Excel ninjas. But that's not the primary purpose in this stats class. Thanks.